Hey, Super Sniffer. Thanks so much for teaching us all about the olfaction. Hey, can you tell me about how flowers smell?
Oh my, I do love the smell of plants. So fragrant and fresh. Mmm. Ha ha ha, I'm just kidding with you. I'm not gonna talk to you about what they smell like, but actually how plants smell. They may not have noses, but as we learned with insects last week, noses aren't required for olfaction. 18 years ago, researchers out of the Tokyo University began looking into this exact concept. They have learned that plants do have the ability to smell because they're able to detect these tiny, tiny odor particles called molecules in the air. The specific type of odor molecules that plants can detect and are affected by are known as volatile organic compounds. And plants rely on these compounds in order to survive. Without them, they wouldn't be able to attract helpful friends like bees or birds, or even scare away harmful pests. All creatures communicate using smell, and this is the same for plants too. Plants are able to detect when their fruit is ripe, or their neighbor's plant's ripe. They can actually even smell when one of their nearby plant friends is being eaten by a hungry bug, all by detecting the odor molecules being released around them. Plants, on the other hand, can't exactly hop up and run away from something that could harm them. They actually have to process smell slower than animals do, which of course means their reaction to those odors will be slower. For plants, it takes about a day for them to process and prepare for any environmental changes. Although plants may smell slower than humans and animals, they can actually recognize an extensive variety of different odor molecules. You and I have around 400 odor receptors, and elephants, who have the largest number of odor receptors in the animal kingdom, have around 2,000. Researchers believe that plants have even more, and can detect even more variety of aromas. Different odors in the environment change the plant's behavior, so much so that certain odors can actually change the plants to change their taste. This discovery could greatly help out farmers going forward, as we could develop an odor that could be sprayed on crops, which then tells the plants to change their taste to something that insects or other pests would no longer be interested in eating. This could mean healthier crops and less harmful chemicals on the environment. A biologist at Penn State, Dr. Consuelo de Moris, actually put a daughter plant to a bunch of smelling tests, whether the daughter vine actually could smell out its tomato victim or it just grows towards another similar plant. First, she placed a potted daughter vine in between an empty pot and a plastic plant, which would not give any odor, and let it grow. Guess what? The daughter vine did not try to grow anywhere but up. The next test were the real test with real tomato plant. She put the potted tomato plant next to a daughter vine and observed the way the daughter vine grew. It clearly had leaned towards the tomato direction. She tested them in the dark, in a well-lit environment, and even tried to conceal the tomato plant from the daughter vine. Even when both the daughter vine and the tomato plant were in their own boxes with a connecting hose, the daughter vine always grew towards the tomato plant. The final test completed was where the daughter vine was placed in between a tomato plant and a wheat plant. Both of wheat and tomatoes are known to attract daughter vines. Even when given the choice to choose between growing towards the odor of wheat, the vine still chose the tomato direction. This experiment showed us even slight distinctions between plant odors is enough for plants to know what is their preferred aroma. So next time you're taking a walk or just exploring the outdoors, remember to give a nod to those super sniffing plants all around us. Well, I'm off to find some more fragrant adventures. Sniff you next week.